Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. My name is Sri Chaitanya Chandra Das. Today we are going to start a new series. This series is about Krishna Leela, the pastimes of Sri Krishna, the sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna. This is from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Srila Prabhupada has written beautiful, wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Pastimes Krishna performed in Vrindavan, then Krishna performed some pastimes in Mathura, and then Krishna performed some pastimes in Dwarka. So this is a wonderful Bhagavatam 10th canto which Srila Prabhupada gave in summary in Krishna book. So we are going to cover this pastime serial wise from chapter 6 until chapter 19. One by one we will cover all these chapters. They are very sweet pastimes. So today we are going to see chapter 6, which is named as Killing of Putana Demon. So this is a very nice pastime which comes in Bhagavatam 6th chapter. So this Putana, what does this name indicates? What it means, Putana? So in Sanskrit, Puta means purified, purification. Na means not. One who is not purified, or one who is contaminated, or one who is very sinful, that is Putana. So this demoness Putana came to kill Krishna, but ultimately she got herself killed. So this is the wonderful pastime which comes in the 6th chapter of 10th canto. So what is the history behind this? So who was Putana exactly, and why she came there to Vrindavan, and how she attempted to kill Krishna, and how Krishna killed her, and what was her destination after she was killed. So all this is described in this chapter, chapter 6, Killing of Putana. So once Kamsa called this demoness Putana. She was in Mathura. So Kamsa called her and told that the Kal, or the death personified of me, one who is going to kill me, is there in Vrindavan. So please go and become his Kal. You should kill him before he kills me. So Kamsa orders this to Putana. So this demoness Putana is very dangerous. She is called as Khechari. Khechari means Khe means the sky, and Chari means who can roam in the sky. So she had the power to roam in the sky, fly in the sky. She had various mystic powers. So Kamsa had many such demons with him which he had kept under his control. So one by one he sends these demons to Vrindavan to kill Krishna and Balram. And Krishna's mama or uncle is Kamsa. But Kamsa wanted to kill his own nephew Bhanja. But ultimately one by one these demons get killed, and Krishna then finally comes to Mathura and then kills Kamsa. So this is whole in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. So what happens then? Kamsa calls this demoness Putana and orders her, you go to Vrindavan and kill Krishna. So that time Krishna is only baby Krishna. Krishna is only 6 days old. That's all. Krishna is very small, 6 days old Krishna is there, and Putana comes there in Vrindavan in search of Krishna to kill Krishna. Meanwhile, at the same time, Nanda Maharaj had come from Vrindavan to Mathura to meet Kamsa, to give him the tax. Nanda Maharaj had come from Vrindavan to Mathura to give taxes to Kamsa, because Kamsa is the king. So after giving the taxes to Kamsa, Nanda Maharaj secretly went to meet his cousin brother Vasudev. And Vasudev and Nanda Maharaj, they met secretly, and they were asking about each other. As we know how Kamsa had tortured Vasudev and Devaki and killed their children, 6 children. And that's why they were in much anguish, pain. So Nanda Maharaj was trying to console Vasudev. And then after some talk, conversation, Vasudev told to Nanda Maharaj that you please return back to Vrindavan soon, because there is going to be a danger in Vrindavan. So Nanda Maharaj doesn't understand why Vasudev is saying like this, that there will be danger. What danger exactly can be there? But he nevertheless thinks of returning back to Vrindavan as early as possible. And then they bade farewell, and then Nanda Maharaj is on the way. But meanwhile, what has happened? Putana is sent by Kamsa to Vrindavan, and she is called Balaghatini. So when Shukdev Goswami is telling this story to Parikshit Maharaj of Putana trying to kill Krishna, and Putana is sent by Kamsa to Vrindavan to kill Krishna. So when Parikshit Maharaj hears this from Shukdev Goswami that this Balaghatini, one is child killer, she is going to kill Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj becomes immediately stricken by anxiety. He is fearful. What will happen to my Krishna? His baby Krishna, he is only 6 days old. And this Putana is such a huge demoness. What will happen to Krishna? So he immediately becomes anxiety ridden. There is fear on his face. And when Shukdev Goswami sees that there is fear on Parikshit Maharaj, because Parikshit Maharaj is completely absorbed in hearing Krishna Katha. So he is living in Krishna Katha. He is not thinking this pastime happened many years back, not now. He was thinking it is happening right now in front of him. So when Shukdev Goswami is telling this pastime of Putana, Parikshit Maharaj becomes anxiety ridden. He is concerned about Krishna. So that time immediately Shukdev Goswami quotes a verse saying that wherever there is Krishna, there cannot be any inauspiciousness. Wherever people or the devotees of Krishna, they hear Krishna Katha, there is no inauspiciousness. Then what to speak of Krishna personally present? Then there can be no inauspiciousness at all. How can this demoness Putana do anything when Krishna personally is present? Even when there is Krishna Katha going on, there nothing inauspiciousness can happen. Then how there can be inauspiciousness when Krishna is personally present? So then when Parikshit Maharaj hears this, he becomes consoled and he thinks, okay, no problem. Nothing can happen to Krishna. And then thus Putana is slowly advancing towards Vrindavan. And when she goes on the border of Vrindavan, she takes the form of a woman, a beautiful woman. She disguises herself in the form of a beautiful woman. So first lesson we learn from this pastime is that if we hear Krishna Katha, if we bring Krishna in our life, if we make Krishna as the center in our life, there can be no inauspiciousness in our life. That is the first lesson we learn. We are going to learn 3 lessons from this pastime. So the first lesson is, wherever there is Krishna, there is no inauspiciousness. There is only auspiciousness. So we should try to bring Krishna in our lives so that there is only all auspiciousness in our life. So now what happens? Putana is there right on the verge of Vrindavan. She is going to enter Vrindavan. So she immediately disguises herself into a very beautiful woman, just like a damsel from heaven. And then with a lotus in her hand, she enters Vrindavan. And the Vrajvasis, when they see such a beautiful woman has come in our Vrindavan, they are so enchanted by her and they just keep looking at her. Everybody in Vrindavan, they are enchanted by the beauty of Putana. And Putana is walking there slowly and steadily towards Nanda Maharaj's house. Nanda Maharaj is not there in the house. Nanda Maharaj is on the way towards Vrindavan. He is from Mathura. He is coming from Mathura to Vrindavan. But other Vrajvasis are there. Yashoda is there, Rohini is there, Balram is there, Krishna is there, baby Krishna, who is just very small, 6 days old. So when Putana after some time reaches the house of Nanda Maharaj, and then when all of them, they see that Putana, such a beautiful lady, has come. Yashoda sees, Rohini sees, and they think that direct Lakshmi from Vaikunta, she has come directly here to take care of Krishna. So they are so much enchanted, they think that this is Lakshmi directly coming from Vaikunta to our place. So they consider themselves very fortunate. And Yashoda and Rohini, they just keep seeing at this Putana, beautiful lady. And this beautiful lady Putana, she just enters directly in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And there she sees Krishna lying there. And when she sees Krishna face to face, Krishna sees Putana and Putana sees Krishna. So that time, actually Krishna closes his eyes. And the Acharyas gives various explanations. They give 21 explanations why Krishna closed his eyes when he saw Putana. One of the reason why Krishna closed eyes is that Krishna is thinking the first demon I have to kill in my this avatar as Krishna is a lady, is a woman. And Krishna feels, oh, I don't want to kill a woman first. But now she has come here to kill me, so I have to kill. But she is a woman. Generally we say ladies first. So it started from that time, ladies first. So first was the lady whom Krishna actually killed. So Krishna didn't want to kill a lady first. But anyway she has come, so that's why Krishna closes his eyes. That is the one reason. Second reason why Krishna closed his eyes. Because Krishna saw that if Putana sees in my eyes, she will come to know that I am going to kill her in some time. So she will become afraid. She will become afraid by seeing in my eyes that he is my death. So that's why Krishna closed his eyes so that Putana cannot see that death is there in the eyes of Krishna. So that's why he closed the eyes. And third reason is why Krishna closed the eyes when he saw Putana? Because Krishna was thinking, is there any good thing this Putana has done previously? Let me check what all activities she has done. So Krishna closed the eyes to remember what all flashback, what all Putana has done, good, bad, everything. So Krishna wanted to recall, so that's why he closed his eyes. So these are the three main reasons which Acharyas gives. But there are many reasons, almost 21 reasons are given why Krishna closed his eyes. And then Putana came very near to Krishna, baby Krishna, he was there sleeping, and Putana picked up Krishna. And Putana had come with poison smeared on her breast. She wanted to kill Krishna so that Krishna, while sucking the milk, he will drink the poison and then Krishna will die and nobody will suspect Putana. So that was her plan. So she had put very intense, very powerful poison on her breast. So when she picks up Krishna, baby Krishna, she is alone in the room. Others are outside. So she picks up Krishna and then she gives her breast to Krishna to suck. Now Krishna knows everything. What you can hide from Krishna? Krishna knows that there is poison. But what poison can kill God? Krishna is God. Even though he is 6 days old, he is full God. So he starts sucking the breast of Putana. And when he sucks, he starts sucking the milk. And after some time, he starts sucking the life of Putana. And then when Putana comes to know, my God, this is not an ordinary child. He is sucking my life air out of me. He will kill me. So immediately, due to such intense pain, she actually assumes her original form of a great demon. And her height is actually 12 miles. 12 miles is the height of Putana. Such huge demoness she is. And because of the pain, because Krishna is sucking her breast and along with the milk he is sucking the life air. So such intense pain is there for Putana that she assumes her original form. And then everybody sees, my God, who is this demon? And everybody starts running. And that time Putana is saying, Muncha, Muncha, means please leave me child, please leave me. Like that she is trying to pull Krishna off her body. But Krishna, the quality of Krishna is once he catches somebody, he doesn't leave at all. So there is a second lesson we learn from this pastime, that when one comes to Krishna consciousness, then he is captured by Krishna. Then one cannot leave Krishna consciousness. That is for sure. So those who are newcomers, they should be very careful, because once you take to Krishna consciousness, you become so attracted by Krishna's wonderful qualities, you become so much captured by Krishna that you cannot leave Krishna later. So once Krishna captures, he doesn't leave you. So similarly, Krishna captured Putana and now he is not ready to leave. So Putana is trying hard, she is trying hard, but Krishna is not leaving. And then ultimately Krishna sucks her milk and Krishna sucks her life air also. And such a great demoness who is 12 miles long, she falls down. and her length is 12 miles, and so many trees and so much garden, everything is destroyed there in Vrindavan, but nobody dies because of her. She falls far off from the residential area, but so many trees are crushed because of her. And then all the gopis run towards Putana. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And then they see baby Krishna playing on the body of Putana, and they feel, oh, nice, nothing has happened to Krishna. Putana is dead, but nothing has happened to Krishna. Then they immediately climb the body of Putana, and some of the gopis bring baby Krishna down. And Yashoda is in so much anxiety, Rohini is in so much anxiety, other gopis are in so much anxiety. And then when they see Krishna is alright, they become so happy. And then immediately they started chanting mantra, and they bring gobar and they bring gomutra, and they bathe Krishna with gobar and gomutra. Because this is considered very auspicious to bathe the child with gobar and gomutra. That is the importance of gobar and gomutra. So that is the importance of cow. So Krishna is also called Gopal. So that time immediately Nanda Maharaj reaches and he sees the whole scene. My God, who is this demoness, 12 miles long, and she is lying there dead. And Krishna is safe. When he sees that, oh, Krishna is safe, he understood what Vasudeva predicted, that there is some danger in Vrindavan. Please return early. He then understands that Vasudeva was very intelligent. Vasudeva is very intelligent. He predicted and the prediction came true. And then what they do with the Putana's body, such a huge body is lying, how to do her final rites? Because such a huge body, how can you burn the huge body? You don't have such a huge funeral pyre. So what they do? They cut the body of Putana into small pieces. All the Vrajavasis, they come together and with the axe they cut the legs, the hands, the body, stomach, the head, whole of the Putana's body, which is 12 miles long, they cut into small pieces, and each piece they burn separately. So that was their idea, because you cannot burn such a whole body. And the amazing thing, most amazing thing the Vrajavasis observed was that when the body of Putana was burning, that time the smell of agaru, very fragrant smell was coming from the body. Generally from the dead body, very stinking smell comes, which is unbearable. But from Putana, who was a demoness and she is dead now, from her body such wonderful smell is coming, such a fragrance is coming of agaru. So nobody could understand why was it happening. That time Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit, do you know why it is happening? Why the smell of agru is coming from Putana's body? Because Krishna touched Putana's body. That's why such wonderful smell is coming. Just by Krishna's touch, the body of Putana has become fragrant. And then the whole body is cut and the final rites are done. Krishna is safe and all of them are very happy. But Krishna has now killed the first demon sent by Kamsa, and Kamsa keeps sending one by one demon. Daily Krishna, to kill Krishna, Kamsa sends one demon. So this is the first demon which was sent by Kamsa, Putana, which Krishna killed only when he was only 6 days old. And the history of Putana is, this Putana was in previous life Ratnamala. Ratnamala was the sister of Bali Maharaj. When Vamandev had come to the Yajnashala of Bali Maharaj, and when he was about to ask for the benediction, that time Ratnamala sees such a young, small, beautiful brahmachari boy, Vamandev, who is Lord himself. She feels so much attracted towards Vamandev, and she feels, only if I would have such a wonderful cute child, and if only I could feed my breast milk to such a nice boy. That was her desire. And so Vamandev recognized the desire of Ratnamala, sister of Bali Maharaj, and he said Tathastu. But later when Vamandev became Trivikram and he became huge and took away everything from Bali Maharaj, that time Ratnamala felt anger towards Vamandev. And she said, only if I could kill him. So there were two desires of Ratnamala. First was to feed milk to that Vamandev, small brahmachari, and second was to kill him. So Krishna fulfilled her both desires. In next life, Ratnamala became Putana. So she fed milk also to Krishna and she wanted to kill Krishna. But Krishna is so merciful, Krishna is so merciful, so merciful that after killing Putana, Krishna gave her liberation. And Putana went back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan, and she got a position of a mother, of a nurse. And there she serves Krishna in the form of a mother or a nurse. So that is the position Putana got, even though she came to kill Krishna, but Krishna gave her a position of a mother or a nurse in the spiritual world. That's why it said, Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam. That shloka comes where Uddhav glorifies Krishna. Such a merciful Lord is Krishna. So this is the third lesson, that our Lord Krishna is so merciful that he delivered even a demoness who came to kill him. He gave the position of a Dhatri, of a nurse to Putana. So these are the three lessons we learn from this pastime of Putana. So thus ends this 6th chapter, killing of Putana. Next time we'll see next chapter, 7th chapter. So every time we'll cover one chapter of this 10th canto. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.